Hello and welcome everyone. Today's video features a preview of the Tier 10 Premium American Battleship, USS Connecticut. The USS Connecticut is based on a design of a powerful 77,000-ton battleship with modest speed that was armed with 457mm main battery guns. The USS Connecticut in World of Warships is a paper ship and was never built, and closely resembles the USS Vermont. The two ship models placed side by side, from what I can see, are virtually identical, but there are some subtle differences in terms of armor layout and armor-piercing shell ballistics, which I'll cover in a moment. But first I must stress the USS Connecticut is still in testing and can be subject to change. Once the Connecticut is in its finished final state, I'll update this video with the appropriate links to a complete review guide including gameplay. But until then, let's take a closer look at the USS Connecticut, starting with the upgrades and consumables. So these are the upgrades I'm using. When it comes to the modules, the Connecticut is premium, so it comes fully upgraded with the modules, and I'm using basically a full tank build, armaments, damage con. With the US battleships, I'm using the artillery plotting room mod 1 for extra range, damage control mod 2, concealment, and main battery mod 3 for the reload. The consumables are the exact same as the USS Vermont. Here in slot 4 you have a choice between fighter and spotting aircraft. Quickly moving to the captain skills. Again, as I said, it's a full tank build. Emergency repair specialist. Grease the gears. Basics of survivability. Adrenaline rush, emergency repair, concealment, and fire prevention. So basically max tank. So let's take a look at the Connecticut's armor layout. Again, very similar to the USS Vermont. Aft end and fore end plating of 32mm, which is identical. We'll just take off the torpedo bulge here. We'll just remove this and we can see the belt armor is 406, the deck armor is 51mm, all identical to the Vermont, including this aft end armor belt. Superstructure is the same, and the turrets are identical with 508, 305, 254, and at the rear 356mm. Now here's where things start to differ. This upper auxiliary room armor plating on the Connecticut is all 150mm, and this is a radical improvement on the USS Vermont, which has 38mm of armor on this section. So it's an upgrade from 38mm to 150. Now if we look at the internal armor, we can see here at the stern, this is all the same, but again this upper section is 150mm compared to the 64mm on the Vermont. Same here on the bow. This upper auxiliary room armor is 150mm. Again, a major upgrade on the Vermont. This section is 64mm. So that's a radical improvement in the armor. The reason for this being so strong is when the Vermont or the Connecticut is angled, in particular the Vermont, your This is prime real estate, this section. This is where you're aiming for. Instead of just simply bouncing on the belt armor, you're aiming for the upper belt. But in the case of the Connecticut, it's no longer quite easy to penetrate this section. It's a major upgrade going from 38mm to the 150 on the Connecticut, this whole section. So that's the first major improvement in the armor. We look at the survival, we'll just close down the armor. We'll look at the hit points. Again, this is identical. 102,800 hit points. Torpedo protection damage reduction of 40%. And you get the same amount of heals, 5 in total. So let's look at the main artillery. Again, just like the Vermont, the Connecticut gets 4 triple mounted 457mm guns. Identical reload, 35.2 seconds, 43.1 second turret traverse turning time. HE damage identical, 6450, 43% chance of setting the target on fire, 77mm of penetration, max firing range of 28.4 kilometers, and with the reload mod in slot 6, the dispersion is 344 meters. If you go with the dispersion mod in slot 6, you can get this down to 304 meters. The only difference here is the Connecticut gets a faster AP shell speed of 823 meters per second compared to the Vermont's 732 meters per second. And the Connecticut does less AP damage, 14,300, compared to the Vermont's 15,750. Let's look at the secondary armament. 8 twin-mounted 127mm guns. They have a 6-second reload, firing high explosive shells. They have a 5% fire chance, 21mm of armor penetration, and a base firing range of 7.7 kilometers, with a shell speed of 792 meters per second. And these are again identical to the USS Vermont. Let's look at the AA Defence. 36 twin-mounted Oerlikons, 20mm, 72 in total. 40mm Bofors, 21 quad-mounted Bofors turrets. The secondary battery, the 127mm, A twin-mounted, they also double up as AA mounts. Continuous average damage of 448, vast majority of which is short and medium range. 6 flak explosions, capable of a max damage of 1680, and a max firing range of 5.8 kilometers. Again, identical to the USS Vermont. Maneuverability, not exactly a speed demon. Again, exact same speed as the Vermont, a base speed of 23 knots, turning circle of 850 meters, and a rudder shift time of 19.1 seconds. Finally, stats-wise, concealment with full stealth build, 14.2 kilometers. Will be detected by enemy ships and by enemy aircraft at 12.4 kilometers. So I hope you enjoyed this preview of the brand new American battleship USS Connecticut, a more heavily armoured version of the Vermont with superior armour-piercing shell speed. And of course it will be a premium or special ship of some kind. We still don't know what kind of resource the Connecticut will be available for, as it's still in testing and covered by NDA. but when that information becomes available, I'll be sure to pass it on. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to the channel to keep up to speed with all things World of Warships. I stream on Twitch regularly during the week. You can see the link here on screen and in the video description below. If you have any questions or just want to hang out for some chilled out gameplay, I look forward to seeing you all. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.